with me. I'm switching it around again. Okay, there it goes. I think that's good. Okay, so at the end of January, on my blog, you saw that I did this thing called photo storytelling. And it's this thing that Hiram has assigned for us to do, and it's all about, I did mine on gay rights here, because right now everybody's talking about gay marriage, and it's really just like the hot button topic. Everywhere you go, you're talking about it. Even in my like elementary grammar class that we have to take, like the mandatory one, we had to write a paper last week about what gay marriage is like in our country and stuff like that. And I actually wrote this paper, and she'd ask questions like, is gay marriage legal? What about adoption by homosexual couples? And what about, how would we say this in English? Like donor parents. Like, if a gay couple wanted to find a surrogate mother, or if a lesbian couple wanted artificial insemination, stuff like that. They call it like medically assisted procreation in France, PMA. And so yeah, no, it was really interesting to listen to what's going on in other countries. Apparently Amsterdam has had it for like, or not Amsterdam, but the Netherlands, Holland's had it for 20 plus years. Belgium was the second country to legalize it. Like, there's only a handful in the world that actually allow gay marriage. And now the UK, England's decided on it. And yeah, so that was cool. I went to this manifestation once when I first got here, and we walked through the streets, and I learned some chants about how I want equality and I want it now, which is on my blog, there's some photos and stuff. Yeah, but it's pretty cool, and I guess, like, it's coming to a vote soon. But the interesting thing here is that in the States, there's no question about whether or not, like, a gay man or a gay man couple can go find a surrogate mother to have their child. Or there's, like, no question about lesbians getting artificial insemination. Like, there's no legal anything against it. It's just, like, do you have the money, right? But here, they're trying to get the rights to have babies. Like, to even adopt babies, you can't do that. And I know that it's not as common in the States. Like, there are a lot of places, for example, in Georgia, there's only a handful of counties that allow gay couples to adopt. But yeah, so I guess here, if you want to adopt a baby, you have to go out of the country and, like, bring your baby back. So yeah, and then also, I guess the current head honcho, when he was running, during the elections, he was like, yeah, we're going to talk about getting gay marriage legalized, getting some adoption legalized, getting some medical assistance for pregnancy legalized, and now he's just like, we'll talk about marriage first, and then we'll move on. So, I don't know, I guess it happens everywhere. A lot of promises. So everything about February, at mid-February, which I would say is about now, I'm supposed to talk about differences in American culture and French culture, and some cultural nuances that I have observed. Honestly, it's really funny that so much is different. Like, for example, I wrote down that greeting is super different. So, like, here, and I've been wanting to talk about this with somebody because it's just killing me. You kiss everybody on the cheek all the time. Anytime you see somebody, kiss. Always. And I hate it. Because one, like, I live in the north. Everybody's sick all the time. Don't get near my face. I don't want you to kiss me. Like, don't. Just no. And also, I think it's awkward because I'm an American and I'm not used to it. I do my best. But really, like, somebody has to force it on me. And so the weirdest thing is that, like, for example, I went to a Mardi Gras party last night. And people make fun of me for how I say Mardi Gras. Whatever. I went to a Mardi Gras party last night, and there were a bunch of guys who came in, and I'd never met them. And they're immediately like, mwah, and I'm like, oh my god, stop kissing. I don't even know your name. So, like, there's this one guy, and his name is Gael. I'm sorry, girl, right? No, it's funny. How I Met Your Mother. So, he, like, came up to me and was gonna kiss my face, and I was like, hey. And he was like, and I was like, hey. And then he was like, tried to do, like, one of these. Kind of, it was bad. And yeah, so Gael and I didn't talk the rest of the night. And then I always feel weird because it takes a second sometimes for people to realize that I'm a girl. For example, when guys walk in, if, like, I've got my back turned or something, or if I don't make eye contact with them, they'll go to all of the really feminine, like, apparent women in the group, and then they'll kind of look at me, and then they'll be like, And I'm like, and then it gets more awkward because I don't like it anyway. And I'm like, okay, but can I just not, like, can we not do this weird I don't want to kiss, no, I don't want it. Yeah, but it's really interesting. So I wonder if, like, my gender presentation and expression confuses them and, like, what that means. And I don't know, it's just this really funny thing. I want to ask, like, a real Frenchie about it, but it's also awkward to be like, hey, does my gender confuse you so you don't know if to kiss my cheek or not? Like, I don't know. Because the guys all shake hands, they don't kiss, really, unless they're, like, super close or something. Another cultural difference and, like, nuance is eating. I don't eat with a lot of French people. I eat with a bunch of international students. Like, in my university residence, there's a lot of international students who live here, and we get together at night, and a lot of us will, like, cook with each other, which is cool, because, like, things get lonely, and I like to cook with people. But, like, whenever a French person happens along, they're always like, bon appetit, and I thought that was, like, a joke. That somebody's like, bon appetit, right? But no, they actually, like, everybody who sees that we're eating, bon appetit, bon appetit, bon appetit. It's really quite hilarious. Other cultural nuances. Queers are super different here. I joked a lot at the beginning about how it's really hard to figure out who's gay or who's queer. Because in the States, you're just like, you got a certain kind of look, or you got a certain kind of swag, or you got a certain kind of something. But here, it's just like, I have no clue. And so as far as those nuances go, I don't know what the nuances are for being gay. For example, I asked quite a few people, and for a long time, nobody knew that I was gay. Or I guess if they did, it like, came to them later. Because I may not look that way immediately, which is so funny. Because in the States, I feel like I'm the queerest queer. You know, maybe it's the South. I even talked to another American. My friend Spencer is from Arizona, and I was like, yeah, man, did you know I was gay? And he's like, I wouldn't have known if you didn't have those rainbows on your neck. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. And the last question for February, what are the isms in the current country, and how do they correlate to Americanisms? There's the racism. Class is different here. I think because they're socialists, they try to pretend like class isn't an issue, but then you've got the whole intersection of racism and classism, and you've got people who aren't allowed to own land, who get dirty looks trying to go to the supermarket. Like, I don't know. It's just been strange so far. The isms. People don't seem to be very outwardly oppressive, but then there's always somebody says something that you just know that they got some stuff up here that you're just like, man, okay, like, I didn't know you were gonna say that, but now you said it, and can't be unsaid. You know, like, people, even like when I talk to people on campus or something, like people that I just randomly meet and they say something a little off, and I'm just like, okay, all right, cool, it's everywhere, always, forever. As far as gay stuff goes, I haven't run into any problems. I don't like to be alone, because just like the same way in the States, like, if you see a gaggle of teenage or young boys like chilling around, they are awful, and you're just like, leave me alone. Crime is really bad here. So yeah. I'm probably making this super duper long, but yeah, so I think that's it so far. This is my cool poster that I stole from school. It's about gay rights. They're saying equality of rights and stuff. And actually, I stole this poster just thinking, because I just wanted like the first one I saw. But this one actually says that they're fighting racism and homophobes, and I was like, yeah, France get intersectional stuff. Yeah, intersectional France. I like it, France. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And there's all sorts of stuff against discrimination against undocumented people, which I guess is a big thing here. They're trying to legalize like free immigration or something. I have to talk more to people about it, but yeah. So I'll see you guys at the end of February. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah.